I got a couple things that I want to talk about in this video, because yet again, the reason that I have a couple things to talk about is because of other people. And, you know, as I'm going further and further in life, the more that I see that I really don't want to even associate myself with most people. And I mean damn near most people. And it's a shame that I have to say that about people, places, and things, but it's just the truth. You know, it's yet again, and I knew even before it happened. I have two neighbors that are just complete filth balls. They're inconsiderate, they don't care. And now, see, me writing a note, and I know they heard me the other day because I got pissed off and I said something, and I know they heard me. And see, what they did is they let their feelings, they got offended at something I said because what I said was true. And I said, these people, they're not men, they're little boys. They're little freaking boys. They're not men, they're little boys. And this is true for a lot of people. I was listening to something that Charleston White said, and he said, women and boys take words literally. They get offended by words. They let words affect them. Men do not. Men don't let words affect them. Real men do not let words affect them. Remember that. Any of you that are real men out there and you're responsible for yourself and you take shit on the head and you check yourself before you wreck yourself and you do all those things because you're a disciplined person. You know, you're willing to admit when you did something wrong, or you clean up after yourself. You know, you do all these things that are responsible. A well-mannered person does. You know, you don't have to be told to do it like little boys have to be told to do it. And you would just be amazed at how many people there are like this. You know, this is why I have an expectation. And I don't have this expectation for myself. I have this expectation for people, because they always prove me. Every single time they prove me right. Every single time. I said, before somebody moved in right beside me, I said, it's gonna be some loser that doesn't clean up after themselves, that doesn't care. And I knew even before it happened. I said, I know that's who's gonna move in here next door. And what do you know? It's exactly what I expected. The exact thing I expected. And you know, these guys, they're like little boys. They're little boys. And then when you say something and you actually you get on their shit because of something that they're doing that they shouldn't be doing, they get offended. Their poor little feelings gets hurt. And they get offended, and then they start looking at you like you're the bad guy or you're the enemy. You see, this is just how pathetic it is with most people, and they don't even realize, most people, they don't even realize that the very problem is them. It's them. They are their own problem. They literally are their own problem, and they blame everybody else for their own problems. They're creating their own problems. They get into their own problems. And see, these people wonder. They wonder why these things happen to them. They wonder why they have these things that come from when they do the things that they do, because they don't even realize that they're doing it, because everybody is cowards and nobody calls anybody out. Nobody teaches their brother the way that they should go. Nobody does any of these things. Nobody holds anybody accountable. Nobody, you know, says, oh, you know, oh no, you don't have to be responsible. You can do everything you want. You have the freedom to do whatever you want to do. And this soft lingo, this hidden behind jargon shit, everybody just keeps giving into this reckless, I don't care, it's all about me generation. And it's so overly self-absorbed. We're bragging and boasting about violence, and bragging and boasting about unhealthy things, and bragging and boasting about how rich we are and how much money we have. If you're not absolutely disgusted by these kinds of people and these kinds of things, then that means you are literally one of the idiots. You are one of the dimwits. You are one of the half-tards that I'm speaking of. And see, why can't we just say, okay, you know what? Let me take a look at my life here. Let me take an honest look at myself and see what I'm doing, because I'm probably the problem here. But see, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that. And then when people like me speak up about it, oh, I'm the bad guy. I'm the villain. You see, I'm the person that is hurting their feelings, their poor little feelings. Oh, feel bad for me because I'm a slob and I don't clean up anything, and I just do these things on purpose to be an asshole because I'm miserable and I hate life. These people are like a literal cancer. Agent Smith in the movie The Matrix. And if this is something that you're offended by, I just suggest clicking off now and going to another video that's gonna, you know, tell you a bunch of bullshit, that's gonna soft talk you and tell you what you already know. And that's just a disclaimer for anybody that it gets offended or lets their feelings get hurt so easy. But what Agent Smith said in the movie The Matrix, he was exactly right. When he said, I've studied your species and I see that everywhere you go, you multiply and you consume every living organism. You consume everything. And you're a virus. You're a cancer. You're a plague to this earth. And that's what we are. That's what you, me, them, that's what everybody is. But are you willing to admit that and say, yes, that is what I'm a part of it? See, nobody wants to say they're a part of it. And then we all stay in this unnecessary ignorance, this nonsensical way of living that we live. And I'm not saying that it's everybody, but it's most people. It's most people, because they prove it to me every single day. All you have to do is go out in the real world. All you have to do is take a look at the way that your neighbors live. All that you have to do is take an honest look without covering up your eyes or being in denial that, oh, it's not that way. These are good people. These are good people. They don't do those things. Bullshit. Bullshit. Look, I have reached critical mass, like I said. I'm not going to be fake. I'm not going to put on the facade for anybody anymore. And I say to all of you out there to watch my videos, are you going to keep doing that? You see, are you going to keep living in a way where you don't take responsibility for your actions and your life? If you're still, listen, I'm telling you, nobody else is going to tell you these kinds of things, because they really don't care about you, because they don't care about themselves. So how are they going to care about you if they don't care about themselves? But listen, I'm trying to tell all of you out there, if you think that anybody cares about your feelings or cares that you're depressed, or cares that you're going through this thing you're going through in your mind, and it's all it is thoughts playing with you anyway. But yet there are some people that do have mental things that they need help with, but we have to let our pride down to go get help with those things. That's just the way it is. But listen, I'm telling you, nobody cares about that. Nobody cares when I'm depressed, or I'm down and out, or I'm going through a storm in my mind, or I'm having things like that happen. I know that nobody cares. Nobody gives two shits. But at least I talk about it. I let it be known for myself. I put it out there to get it out of me. I don't want that in me or around me, so I talk about it. You see, and I just get so sick and tired of hearing these people, these kinds of people that right when you start getting honest, right when you start getting to the root of an issue, see, when you start tagging on that, when you start getting to the root of something, you start talking about why the problem is a problem, everybody wants to run. Everybody wants to get away from you. Oh, I got to get away from this guy. He's just too much. He's too real. He's taking things too seriously. No, it's not me taking things seriously. It's me being real about the situation. It's me actually calling the very thing out, the reason why it goes on and why it happens. But see, you got so many people, yet again, they're hiding. They hide themselves behind these issues. They hide themselves. Everybody, they blame the world. They blame. And look, yes, it is some of the parents' fault for why some of the kids are the way they are. But you can't blame your parents for everything. You can't blame your brothers and sisters for everything, or your family, or the people that you used to hang with, or your school, or the internet. We can't blame people for why we do what we do. And this is what so many people do. So many people. You know, but yet again, everybody says, oh, that's not me. You know, that's not me. You know, and then they'll use all these excuses. They'll be in denial. They'll do everything they can. Like, it's just like Arcturus said. He said people are masters of denial. Masters of denial. They will do everything in their power to run away from the very thing that they need to confront, or they need to look at, you know, check themselves before they wreck themselves. You know, it's just like what Agent Smith said. You people are a plague, a cancer, a virus to this world, and we don't even know. Most people don't even realize that that's what they are. And then they're blaming other people for what they are. It's unbelievable. It's unbelievable when you really see this. And, you know, it's like if somebody says something to you like, oh, you're just desperate for something. Oh, you're too serious. Oh, you know, you're just mad because these people do whatever they do and all this shit. No, see, that is excuses, 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 excuses to just hide, to keep doing the thing that we're doing, and nobody wants to change a fucking thing about what they do. And it's so many people, dude. And that's why my expectations for people, I don't want to hate people. I don't want to not like people or hate people, but my expectations for people, I'm sorry to say, I do not have any expectations for people. The only expectations I have is I expect them to do most of the things I say, because they keep proving it time and time and time again. You know, I want to expect the best from people. I want to be around people that are productive people, people that help themselves in this life, people that are honest with you in this life, people that are going to actually tell you how it really is in this life and quit this bullshit finagling and acting like it's something that it's not and hiding behind words and other people and places and things. And then they don't do anything to change their circumstances. And then they blame everybody. They blame the world. They blame everybody but themselves. You know, it's like it's a it's a blaming contest. It's a pointing the finger contest. You know, it's everybody's fault but mine because I do what I do. And when it happens, oh, it's just their fault because it happened. And I mean, it's absolutely insane when I sit here and think about it, because I know when I was a kid, I did this shit too. I would do things to myself and then I would blame other people because it happened. I would fuck up and do something and then I would say it was somebody else's fault. See, because I was stupid. I was a little boy. I was dumb. I was ignorant. And I'm telling you, if you're a real man, if you're a real woman, you're not going to get offended at this. It's not going to hurt your feelings. It's only little boys and little girls and most women that will get offended by this. No, I'm just going to say little boys and little girls. I'm not going to say women because then it seems like I'm just saying women and not men. It's everybody. It's everybody. It's, you know, men and women do not get offended. Do not, they don't take words seriously. They don't let words affect them like that. But when you see people's actions and the things that they're doing every day, and they do it to themselves every day, but yet they're blaming everyone else, or they don't even see what they're doing, and you see that nobody has ever corrected them. Nobody has ever told them about it. Nobody has ever even taught them bathroom manners when they were a child. Or it's like, where were the parents at? Where were the person that was supposed to teach you about these small little things in life? I just really wonder for a lot of people. I mean, it's just, I don't even know. I don't even know what to say, because how can you, like, what are you supposed to do? You know, what are you supposed to do about these people that do this stuff? This is why I talk about in my videos, I'm ready to get out of Dodge. I want to do anything in my power to avoid people as much as I can, like as much in my power. I know when I go to the store and I drive around, or I go to my appointments, or I go see my mom or dad, or I go wherever I go, I know that I'm gonna have to run into people and see people. But I'm to the point where I don't want to be around anybody that thinks this kind of way, anybody that lives this kind of way, anybody that, I just don't want to associate myself with people at all no more. And I'm just being honest. You know, I want to do everything I can to stay away, because I just see how most people are. And I'm just, it's like, if we're not willing to take a look at ourselves here, then that means that we are always going to be a part of the problems that are happening in this life while we're alive. Because if no one's willing to hold themselves accountable, if nobody's willing to call themselves out, if no one's willing to be responsible for their actions, if nobody's willing to clean up after themselves, if nobody's willing to take it on the head with these things, then it's like those people should be in a land of their own and see how that goes. Because there is no structure there. You see, without structure, everything falls without structure. And most people do not have any structure in their life. They have no structure. And then see, when someone like me talks about structure, they look at me like I'm the villain, like I'm the bad guy, like I'm the antagonist in this life story, when actually it's me telling other people to help themselves. But most people don't even want to help themselves. And this is how much our heads have been fucked with, or how much how lazy we are, how much we sit around and we just expect the world to do all these things. And it's just selfish. It's inconsiderate. It's selfish. It's so self-absorbed. It's when people brag and boast in this music about how violent they are, or how many people they killed, or how much money they have and all this. Dude, it is nothing but foolishness, and only foolish people watch and go along and support this kind of stuff. Why do you think that the masses support the foolish things? Why do you think they keep supporting rich people? Because they are also the fools that are supporting that. And it's only gonna be us, the actual people that are quality, real, responsible, disciplined people, that will take it on the head, that will be honest with themselves and will call themselves out. These are the kind of people. See, we need to start supporting that kind of cause here instead of supporting all this other bullshit. You know, the things that people think are valuable, they're actually useless here. They just don't know that they're useless because they're blinded. They're blinded by this spell that has been soaked into their mind over time, that they have been hearing on the TV and news and on other YouTube channels. Even there's some people on there that are absolutely blind to a lot of things. I mean, when you really see past the screen of this, see, most people will look at me, like I said, like I'm somehow the thing to avoid. Oh, we gotta avoid this guy by all costs. He's too deep. You know, this guy, he knows everything. You know, why wouldn't you want to know everything? Why wouldn't you want to learn things for yourself? Why wouldn't you want to live your best life while you're here? Why wouldn't you want to be responsible for your own actions? Why wouldn't you want to live that way? And anybody that doesn't want to live that way, I don't know what to tell them. I really don't. I have no idea at this point what to say. But see, people might think that I'm letting myself get very discouraged, which, yes, I am angry and I am pissed off, but I'm not gonna let this bring me down. I'm not gonna let this get me depressed or you know, completely just ruin my course of life and what I'm doing, you know, because I realize these people are they are absolutely worthless. They are useless. They are worthless. They are like little boys and girls. And I'm just saying, real men and women do not get offended by this kind of stuff. They don't get offended by these words or these things because they're not stupid. You know, they're not stupid. They actually know why you're saying what you're saying. They actually take responsibility for themselves. You know, they actually look into it. You know, they check themselves before they wreck themselves. And most people, they just don't do that. That's just the way this world is, because who's saying these things, you know? And then when you say them, most people don't want to, they don't want to be accountable for what it is that they're doing. They don't want to change something about themselves. So therefore, it's like, at this point, I am to the point where I don't care to get into things like this or to be around people like this or associate myself. but we all have to live on this planet. What don't we get about this? We all have to live here amongst each other, whether we want to do that or we don't want to do that. We have to live here amongst each other. You know, I have to live here with you people. I have to live here with other people. I have to live here with them people, those people, these people. You know, it's just ridiculous. I mean, if you're somebody that this doesn't make you sick, then you're sleeping. You're in a nocturnal sleep of ignorance and idiocy and stupidness. You're literally in a sleep if you don't see these kinds of things. If you don't see how most people are and the things that they do, and the reason why nothing is changing, the reason why nobody is doing anything different, why people are not actually living life, is because there is nobody calling anybody out. There is nobody doing anything for themselves to get other people excited. There's nobody that's willing to be honest about everything in their lives, and they hide. They're good at hiding. They're good at being in denial. They're good at blaming everybody else. They're good at hating the world. But really, it's them. It's them that's doing this to themselves. And then they affect others along the way. And see, that's the thing. When you get like this, you will not be ashamed. I'm not ashamed of a word that I'm saying. Not one word that I'm saying. Even if I blush, the blood rushes to my face, I'm not ashamed of one word that I'm saying to people, because I know that it is the truth. It's being honest, and I am not going to live dishonest. I'm not going to put on this thing, and I'm not going to live like a slob. I'm not going to live blaming other people for what happens in my life. I won't do it, you know. And but see, that's what they'll say. They'll say, oh, well, you're blaming people in this video right now. No, I'm not blaming people in this video. I'm telling how people really are. It's just, I don't know. It's to the point where it's just pathetic. It's just pathetic when so many of people that you're supposed to be able to call brothers and sisters, or hey, my fellow human, I can't even look at them and call them that. I can't even look at them in that way. I'm disgusted by them. And it sucks being like that. But I don't even know. I don't even know how to go about whatever, because it's going to be what it is. You know, I realize that I can't do anything about what these people do. I can't do a damn thing. And it's just crazy when I sit and think about how many people are like this. It's just absolutely nuts. Absolutely nuts. I say, is there one person, you know, is there one person, you know, I know people like the video, and I have a little bit of support on here, but it's like, the more that this goes down, the more I say to myself, who am I really talking to here? I mean, is anybody really even listening or understanding this? Or am I just absolutely wasting my own time? You know, sometimes I tell myself shit like this because, see, no other channel is going to be real with you like this. No other channel is going to fucking call shit out and get into topics like this, because they're in denial. They're running and hiding from shit. They're playing this this game where they're just worried about what everybody else in the world does, and they go by all the things they do, and they just go along with it gullibly. They don't care. They don't give a shit about stuff like this. So all I can ask is, and see, a lot of people might say, oh, well, I don't want to be a part of that. But it's like, I just ask people, do you understand for yourself? Do you understand this for you, is the question. You see? You know, because they're going to do whatever they do. Those people, these people out here. They're going to do whatever they do regardless. And most of them do not give a flying shit about you and I. They don't care that they're slobs. They don't care that they wreck and ruin things. They don't care that they cause problems. They don't care that they piss and shit on a toilet seat. They don't care that they leave all their junk laying around. They don't care that they freaking throw away food and waste food. They don't care about any of these kinds of things. And it's sickening. You know, it's sickening when you really see this and you're being honest and you're not running and hiding and being in denial and you're actually seeing it for what it is. You realize that Agent Smith was right. He was right about most people. Even me at one time, he was talking about. But I learned from my own bullshit. I learned from what I was doing. I learned for myself. You know, I called myself out. I learned, and I was aware of what I was doing. I took a look at what I was doing. I got honest with what I was doing. And see, most people, they haven't even begun to do this in their lives. They haven't even begun to take a look at these kinds of things because they don't think that they have a problem. They don't think that they are the problem. They don't think, see, how is anybody going to change or do something to help something if they don't think that they need to do that, or they don't think that they're the problem? Why would they do anything? They don't even realize that they have a problem. They don't even realize that they are their own worst enemy and their own problem. They don't even realize these things for themselves. It's so freaking crazy. Because most of us, we run away from the person in the mirror. We don't want nothing to do with the man or woman in the mirror. And it's just why. It's sickening. It's just sickening. Anyway, I gotta stop. I'm done because it's just, you know, it's almost like, why do I even do this? Why do I even talk about it or whatever? Because I know that it's only going to be a few people that listen anyway. I already know that. I've already come to terms with that, you know, that it's only going to be a few people liking the videos. It's only going to be a few people that actually stick around and listen to things like this, and, you know, whatever. I'm just at a point where it's just, what can I do, you know? But I'm not going to be some fake ass person, and I'm not going to live like the rest of the world. Fuck that. So if you're listening for yourself. You're not even listening to me, really. You're just listening for yourself. That's all it is. So anyway, I'm done. Don't know how to end this one, but it is what it is, and it is what it is. So later.